and like no shower, and like he's typing, and then like some fucking senator's gonna pay.
Yeah.
Tap.
I ask
I'm gonna
Curtis-
make him pay with my fingers.
The best was the Night Stalker. By then I was already an actor, but the Night Stalker was perfect because not only was he cool and wore a seersucker suit and a pork pie hat and smoked cigars and was a journalist, but he dealt with vampires and werewolves and shit like that.
Night Stalker your first movie? Was Night Stalker your first movie?
No. I was an actor.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I just want to know how old were you when you said
when I decided to be an actor?
Yes.
I was in. It was about like.
And what was your first?
I was in.
Give me a year and what was your first movie?
Fuck.
Give me a year and what was your first movie?
I keep forgetting. I get sprung these questions without preparation.
We're wasting everyone's time.
I know, and
Curtis.
I'm aware of that. They're all staring at me, waiting for a date. So I decided 1969.
Really?
Yeah.
He was Barbarella.
Yeah. 1969.
Are you serious?
No, you know,
Yes. No, he used to be Jane Fonda when he first started.
I know.
Okay, well, so you know.
No, I'm just saying, like, he wanted to be a journalist, and then he was like, I
wanted to be a journalist when I was 8.
I feel like Justin is willfully trying to make Curtis crazy. I think he's trying to undo early
look, I want to know about Curtis.
He's
what year was he 8 years old?
Okay, 8 years old. I'm
what year-
bad at math, but I was born in 53.
It was the year 1953. Curtis.
That was 1.
Was 8 years. Oh, you were 1.
I was 1 in 53.
The year was 1953.
8 years later.
Curtis was 1 year old.
Curtis Armstrong.
He had admirations and
The
dreams
boy,
to
the
be
man.
a journalist.
I mean,
But maybe if things didn't work out, he'd do a movie. Maybe. We don't know. He wants to be a journalist. Curtis.
Justin needed the amount of information to do this. What year? I need to know. The year was any number I could say.
I might need...
Curtis wanted to be an actor. Like, you could have done that with any information.
I want a little more information, please, Curtis.
Okay.
What was your first movie?
Risky Business.
With Tom Cruise?
Yes, but that was like
What
83.
year did that movie come out?
83.
1983.
Risky Business with Robert Mitchum.
Here we are.
I was in both.
I'm on top of the world. Curtis in Risky Business. Rubbing elbows with Tom Cruise, dancing, prancing, and living the life. I'm Curtis. It's 1980.
Is this you trying to be a journalist? Or is this
I'm doing a little bit of Robert Leach.
Is it a newsreel?
With a little bit of like, fact.
It's Edward R. Murrow you're doing. I think.
Here's mud in your eye, Hitler.
I just want to know,
Cary
like,
Grant, who's that guy on the
I want
red
to
carpet
walk through. So you did Risky Business. He did fucking.
No,
Risky.
yeah, he was in Risky Business.
This is old news.
Yeah, we've been over this. He's an old friend of the show. Don't worry about it.
I've been here before.
It's hard. It's like well, okay, she's there's the kind of USA Today article. Everybody kind of chimes in, and you have people like, for instance, let's see, like Obama. He's got to say something. He said, "Our former First Lady redefined the role in her time here," President Obama said in a statement. Later, in her long goodbye with President Reagan, she became a voice on behalf of millions of families, blah, blah, blah. So people are like, they're like, what did she contribute? Let's eulogize her, blah, blah, blah. See, scrolling down, Mitt Romney said, he kind of... He said something kind of dickish, too, that'll undercut my punchline, which is Trump. But it's like everybody from Republicans to Democrats and everyone in between, people that lost their election, like Jimmy Carter had to say something. And he said, Mrs. Reagan's Just Say No program prevented many young people from falling prey to the allure of drug use. Like, she
started a phony war on drugs that's put a bunch of people in prison for no goddamn reason.
But just confine this to the box of how to do a eulogy. Just for a second, then we'll get to all that stuff.
That was mine.
So it's just paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. It's like Jim Henson said this, Jimmy Carter said that. It's just like everybody like, oh, what's he gonna say? She was like the Muppet of people, and But it's just like people largely get to like Obama had a really nice story. I think I read the wrong paragraph. Right? He really kind of nailed it the most because he really did. He was like, it's hard to move into the White House, and she gave Michelle Obama like a kind of like a tutorial in it. Like she was like you know, it's just like focusing on her. Like Donald Trump called Mrs. Reagan the wife of a truly great president. That's it. That's the end of my story.
And people say he's a misogynist, but listen to that. Listen to how much he loves women in that quote. What a fucking cunt. He can't do anything I like. It's kind of magical because he just every time he says something, you go, I fucking want to just hit you in the face.
The wife of a truly great president and an amazing, amazing woman.
She's really, really, really great. No, it's true. It's true. No, it's true. It's true.
Well, Ted.
So, first thing we do, there's only a few people in this room. You do live karaoke, not, you know, it's similar to this. You're on a stage and whatever. Jeff walked in. It's not like a private room. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah. It's a big, big room, you know. A bar. A bar room in a hotel. First thing Jeff does is he goes and he puts money in the tip jar. He puts $5.
Well, there's a stipulation. Some people said he put more than $5. I've talked to people about the story.
Wait, can I just say?
Who said he put more than $5?
Weissel said he put more.
I can settle that part of it right off the bat. When we got there was only about maybe 10, 15 people there total. Then a little later, there was maybe 30 people.
It started to fill up.
I signed up fairly early on. Yes. And when I signed up, I wrote down a song, gave it to, there's a guy and a gal there. I gave them a $5 bill. I put a $5 bill in their little jug. And that was the only money in that jug.
He was the first tipper. It was early in the night.
So then I sat down, and then time passes.
And then Abed goes on, and I go on, and we put in our slips of paper at the same time as Jeff. And then, like, tons of people were going on, and Jeff's like, well, what's going on? How come I'm not getting called? So he walks over, and he has a little discussion. Me and Abed don't understand what's going on. He goes onto the stage and says, worst karaoke place ever.
Well, no, we're like, there was a conversation that happened in between.
Yeah, so but we didn't find that out until he came over to us. I was like, is he joking? And then we realized as he walked over, I was like, oh, Jeff's mad.
I walked over and said, like it's a place where there's regulars there. That they're going to get preferential treatment. I understand that. I'm all for that because I go to other karaoke places where I am the beneficiary of that preferential treatment.
Right.
So I dig that. Like, so somebody comes in after I signed up and they got up first, hooray. But now I think some people sang twice in front of me, and also there's people that came in way after me.
I think you're paying too much attention to who's singing when.
Well, I was saying
because I'm really drunk and I'm just they call my name.
I walked over and I have to say, I was in all good faith and all good climate walked over there and said,
yeah, I was excited to see you go up.
I said, I just want to check how far away am I? And she showed me the list, and I was nowhere fucking anywhere on it. I go, what? She was like, she goes, did you sign up? I'm like, yeah, I signed up like a while back. And the guy's like, yeah, I don't think you did. And so they showed me. Then he puts my name down at the bottom list. I'm like, no, like I was here like when there was nobody here. And they're like, yeah, well, you're on the list now. I said, do you see the $5 now? Do you remember that conversation that happened? Where I walked up when there was nobody in here, and I signed up and handed you, we all spoke to each other, and I gave you a $5 bill, and it went into this tip jar. And they're like, well, but you're I don't remember. You're on it now. And so I was like, yeah, but now you're just lying to me. And the woman takes the $5 bill and hands it back here. And
whoa!
So I took it and I went.
I didn't see that.
I took it and went rip, and threw it in her face. I go,
oh my God!
Here's your $5 bill.
And she took the shreds and she snorted them, and then she like shit them out. And
just being
holy shit!
I didn't see
fucking
that.
wait!
This told me about it.
So
I was just being lied to.
Stage.
Just being lied to. They go, well, you're up next. I go, no. They said you're not going on. I took the mic, went, hey everybody, shittiest karaoke place in the universe, and walked up there.
We thought it was a joke. We're like, what's happening?
Now
I thought it was. You said you thought he was making fun of the guy before him.
No, I was making fun of the two assholes running karaoke.
There was like there was a fake asshole.
Some poor guy just finished doing Elvis, and it's
and then
he's like his therapist convinced him to go out and
it's like a
Risk
like the-
judgment in a safe way.
was-
Wise men say,
It's like the stand-up guy.
Just switch that with
falling in
Axl Rose.
love with you. And then Jeff comes up, worst karaoke place ever.
No,
And it's just like, he just
stand-up
he
guy
crushes
goes,
a bag of potato
Nothing-
chips and pours them all over his face.
I
Goes
did
over
this
and
to an
hangs
empty
up.
stage. It was to an empty stage. Then I got my shit together, told a couple people that were there. So I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to be here anymore.
So wait, what I didn't find out is that you were in the hallway with like a security guard and the
saw
lady
that.
for a
Yeah,
long
that was
time.
It's security.
That was
guard-
scary.
I went right out and called a lift to bone the fuck out, and I got out in the hallway, like leaving the bar, like leaving the hotel, and a guy with the ear monitor and the suit.
Burbank, California.
Comes up to me and he goes, with a woman, I think who's also probably like some sort of manager at the hotel, and like, sir, you have to go. I'm like, oh no, I believe me, I'm leaving. I'm calling my car right now. Like, I'm not
I saw
wanted
you.
here.
I saw like a long conversation, and then I asked
And
Callie,
they were
like,
quite
should I
cool.
go over there?
They're
and
like, you have to go. I'm like, I wouldn't stay here on a bet. Like, I'm going. I said, and believe me, I'm sorry if this ever involves you. I'm not going to cause any trouble. Like I'm simply leaving. Like I'm just calling a car. We can walk outside to where the car is coming, and that was the end of the story. However, I've never ripped up currency and thrown it in somebody's face.
That's
what shocked
That
me.
is amazing.
That shocked me. I've never seen Jeff so angry.
Like 5.
They lied to me.
When
They
you
lied
came back to me and you were just like, "Fuck this place."
There was $5 in that fucking
never
jar,
seen you
and they
mean.
pretended like
I've
we
never
had never
seen
met.
Jeff angry. Yeah, I was
Like on stage,
scared.
like telling everyone to fuck off. It was.
Also,
it was
I
was like,
surprising.
they did a number
I don't
on this
presume
guy.
that
Like,
$5 in the plastic Costco pretzel jar that you took the label off and like scrubbed it down so it didn't look like there was a pretzel label on there. That is your shitty
Holiday
tip jar.
Inn.
I don't presume
funny
that
thing-
$5 jars. Like $5 in that jar entitles me to shit, but just don't fucking pretend that we never spoke because it was within the hour and we were fucking there.
You know
And
what's
also,
funny is
I
every
wasn't
time
being
I've
rude
gone,
to them.
I've
oh, here's your money. I'm like, here's your fucking money, lady.
Also, Jeff is the only 6-foot guy in a suit.
right. Well, no,
Everyone else was dressed
hard
like
to
Bono.
I've never.
I'm not saying I'm a hero.
Bono,
I felt.
I mean,
I was ashamed of
Friday.
myself. I did not. I still did not feel good about that. I'm not saying I'm a good guy. What I did do is fuck off into Koreatown. Went to a karaoke place where it was fucking a groovy Tuesday, man. It was really
I'm
good.
sure. I'm
Of
sure.
course, he went to a better one.
So,
I wanted to go
five-
We
with
should have
you.
all gone there.
5 fucking minutes after you left, Jeff D. Is Jeff D there? Jeff D.
They didn't even know.
I wasn't on that list. I saw the list. They showed it to me, and they gave me the fucking short shrift.
It was an accident, is what I'm thinking.
There's no accident.
I
in
just want
karaoke.
to point out that if
No, they called him twice.
if
They called
Jeff
him
had done
4
that on
times.
Twitter, it would be called a meltdown.
Yeah.
That's called a meltdown.
I honestly,
I tore
He
it.
melted down.
I never tipped until that night.
No, Dan, you
And
would
I
have
always got on.
Dan, you would have taken $1,005 bills and torn it up into everybody.
No, I would have fucking. I mean, believe me, I'm not. There's a lot of fascinating things are happening. I brought Abed up here to exploit him. I thought he was going to be the guy in the jar. Like, you are definitely you are. I'm not saying I'm not on your side.
I'm
but
fucking
this is,
Batman.
But you were wrong. Like, this is worth talking about.
Yeah.
This was worth talking
That's
about.
why I texted you. I'm like, I
Yeah,
feel like
Wait,
you
Gwen,
should
is
know
Gwen
this.
here?